Hi there, my name's Alex Rosens. I'm the editor of Bloomberg Brief newsletter, Bankruptcy and Restructuring, and we're here at the M&A Advisory Conference in West Palm Beach. Welcome to
Thanks, Alex.
our latest guest today, Conway.
Glad to be here.
Co-founder of Conway MacKenzie.
Correct.
25, 27 years?
About 27 years ago.
Based in Detroit.
Yes.
So, since you're based in Detroit, my first question is going to be, what's the future of Detroit's restructuring? The court side of it is over. What do you've been involved with the process for a couple of years now in terms of helping and advising in that city. What do you think happens next?
Well, now is the implementation of the improved business services plan, from police and fire to education, to all the municipal services that the city offers for residents of any city, to improve those services, which really were at a significant low at the time. They were under-resourced, so we put together a plan for all the major departments in the city to improve the services for the residents. And then, of course, the cost to do that, or the required money, has to be identified. And through various initiatives, we put together a plan that dealt with the major services that the residents need to have improve. And now it's a matter of execution. So the good news is we got the balance sheet restructuring done in the Chapter 11 in record time. In my opinion, is amazing to get done in 15 months or so. And now we have to execute the plan for the residents, because they don't necessarily understand a bankruptcy as much as they understand, does the garbage get picked up on time? Are the street lights working? Are the parks open? Are the buses running? And so we were in the bowels of that, creating that plan by department, and now we have to execute, including things like blight. They had tens of thousands of homes they didn't tear down. Those need to be torn down. And now with the new mayor and the city council, and really the contiguous counties cooperating and working with the city, we see that the city is on an absolute plan of recovery that will take some time. And so if people want everything fixed immediately, it's not going to happen. It took 50 years of erosion, and we think in 10 years you'll have a great city back. But every day things are happening now that didn't happen before, whether it's demolishing homes, whether it's people moving downtown, which didn't happen before. But most importantly, there's a level of optimism and working together plan between everybody in the city, the mayor, the council, and the other county executives. There's a level of optimism I've never seen in my business career of 40 years. So that's the great news. People believe it, and things are happening, yet they're not happening fast enough because we're all impatient. But true progress is being made.
So your firm has offices throughout the country, and my next question is Detroit an anomaly? Are you finding through your network of your colleagues throughout the U.S., are there other Chapter 9s in that might come up to fruition?
Well, I think there's other municipalities that need to file a Chapter 9. Now, whether they'll do it, of course, is a question, because municipal government runs differently than for-profit enterprises. So clearly there are municipal entities around the country to do either defined benefit plans or a shrinking tax base that they need a restructure, okay? And you can always try an out-of-court restructure, but a lot of things happen in Detroit, say for example with the museum, that were really important for other cities to see how it was done. And in some respects, a lot of things that were done in Detroit could be done in that location also. So, they saw it get done, they saw a very difficult one get done, and they saw a very good result come from that restructuring. And maybe that will be the reason for them to use a Chapter 9 as a tool to fix the balance sheet.
So away from Chapter 9s, what are your thoughts on Chapter 11 activity? Is there any industry that'll see more in a way of filings, either in court or out of court restructuring? Energy is probably the big one, but retailers, what are you seeing?
Well, that's multiple question there, but as far as Chapter 11s go, we still see that not being overly optimistic, because 08, 09, and 10, and maybe even 11, the lenders really weren't doing anything. So the pipeline of deals kind of ended, and the lenders are now coming back, but without, say, the basic commercial lending happening, you know, you're not going to have the pipeline of deals. And that we're starting to see that open, but we think that's a year or two. Now, industry specific, we think healthcare is highly challenged, hospitals in particular. Energy's obviously with the oil price is very opportunistic because of the profits disappearing. Of course, that's a very roller coaster type industry.
Right.
And municipals, that municipal entities, government entities are in need of restructuring services, maybe out of court, but they need it, if particularly if they defined benefit plans and things of that nature. And so we see those are 3 areas now that are opportunistic. As far as retail goes, I mean, retail is just challenged by the internet. And you look at a lot of retail, you wonder, you know, people are buying everything online, the boxes are coming to the homes.
Right.
And you wonder
Right.
how you amortize the brick and mortar now if people can go online and go to all these catalogs, and the return policies are very good. My wife buys everything online. So I wonder what retail is going to be. I mean, I don't see retail not shrinking in terms of the brick and mortar type.
Right.
Because that cost can't be amortized profitably against basically a mail order.
Right. Right.
And the mail orders are real good now. So I think that that's going to be a very challenged industry.
And in terms of you know, the credit markets, are they open for everybody? We've heard that for middle market businesses, they're not as readily open as it is for the larger businesses that can go to the debt markets like the high yield market. I would imagine that the middle market is a source of activity for your firm.
Yeah, the middle market's a lot of activity, but the credit markets, traditional credit markets, are still not as good as they were, but they're heading in that direction. And part of it is people are talking like they're doing it. We're seeing more talk than the activity, but now there will be activity.
Right.
As far as larger deals and say dry powder in the funds to do deals, we see a lot of that happening now.
Right.
And we see the normal credit policies are loosening up. So we're going to get to a point here where it's going to be available capital everywhere. And so we see the multiples going up on deals, and we're seeing a lot of money kind of chasing those deals now. And the bigger the deal, more likely you have more the commercial credit side of it. But in the middle market, we see that improving and continue to improve.
Terrific. Great to see you again here at West Palm. Thank you very much, Van Conway of Conway MacKenzie.
Thanks, Alex.
Good to see you.